So here's my Series 4 FC RX-7. So this one's a 1986 model, which was the first year I believe the FC variant came out, so 4 and 5. My dream was always a Series 5 FC, but this has been converted to, well, from an aesthetics point of view, to a Series 5. Normally on the Series 4 this is black, like the trim that goes around the car. The tail lights are different. Oh yeah, no fog lights and a different front bar obviously. And some performance changes I think were the engine was revised. I believe it's the irons that were upgraded or something like that. Transmission I believe is the same with the turbo box, but also the diffs were different. If anything, I think the earlier generation diffs were actually better. They were clutch type LSD or clutch pack LSDs instead of the viscous when they went to Series 5. But yeah, I'll show you around the car now. So yeah, as I mentioned before, cosmetic changes on the Series 4 compared to the 5. Fog lights, which I've actually installed recently myself, so it's on like its own custom wiring setup. I just couldn't live without the fog lights. I just love them so much. Tail lights are different. So with the Series 4, they're like more of a window pane look. I might be able to pull up a photo for you. But yeah, that's different, and there's normally like a third brake light on the Series 5 as well, which mine doesn't have. But I kind of like this more than the actual third brake light for some reason. What else? So yeah, it's got some really nice wheels. So there's a Panasport C7C. I can't remember. Anyway, they're really good, genuine Japanese wheels. We'll be potentially letting them go this weekend, just because they're too aggressive for the stock body. If I went with like some wide fenders or something like that, it'd probably be fine, but I'm not about that wide boy life, eh? Nice side skirt on it. I believe is that Ari Amemia or something like that? Don't quote me. And the end caps, I don't think they're plastic. They might be. Anyways, really like the kit. It is missing a front lip though, which is something I will be getting eventually. But I mean, it looks awesome. I really enjoy this car. It's still kind of, it's hard to believe sometimes walking in the garage and I see this thing, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's actually in my garage. Came with a custom plate, Polestar 7. The wing mirrors are aftermarket, which I really dig. Has been resprayed. I think originally it was white. Now interior, sorry, the floor's a bit grubby right now, and the steering wheel could probably do with a refurbished, pretty basic interior. Really nice dash, better than these 14, that's for sure. And I really don't like those center gauges, but they're there for a reason. That's oil and water temp. Seats have been refurbished, and like this nice grey. And yeah, there's nothing really special in here. Pretty cool. It's got some pop-ups. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much your standard FC. However, there is one major difference with this version. You might have noticed it from the beginning of the video. That little thing sticking out, so I'll show you now. Would you look at that? It is an NA 13B engine. That's been converted to carburetor. So obviously you can see the lines there. Low pressure fuel setup for the carburetor, because obviously fuel goes straight into there as vapor, or not vapor, as liquid. It's sprayed via jets, I believe. Don't quote me, I'm still learning a lot about these carbureted rotaries. And yeah, so it is a Bridgeported engine. It sounds pretty choppy, and yeah, nice. It's a pretty cool car. However, I would have preferred it to be like OEM turbo, and that is essentially my goal with this build right now, is to basically revert as much as you can back to the way it came. Obviously the Bridgeport's going to be different, because I think this makes like 200 horsepower roughly NA compared to like 212 I think horsepower when it had a turbo on it. So it'll be quite a stout setup once it's back to turbo. But I've got some parts over here. So I managed to pick up a top mount which will bolt up to the factory manifold, intake manifold. I've got the factory turbo down there. Came with a couple of pipes and stuff like that for the cold side as well as the hot side. So like the front half of the exhaust is there as well. So I could just pop it straight on the car. as is, and yeah, because the engine used to be turbo, it already has like sections for the like lines and stuff to go back on, so oil and water lines. So as you can see there, that's where you just take that off. It's a blanking plate, and then you basically set up your turbo stuff again. So yeah, other than that, I've just really become like a student in terms of learning about this engine now. Never owned a rotary before, and honestly I never really wanted the rotary experience. I just really like the aesthetics of the FCRX7. So when I was a bit younger, I wanted a 1JZ swap one, and then like over time I've obviously started like grown to love SR20s, and I did think about an SR20 swap in this, but I think I would get crucified if I was to do something like that to this setup. I've already like done things like pre-mixing the fuel. So I've already like learnt how to pre-mix the fuel. Very simple. I think the ratio I was told was per 10 litres of fuel, it's 100 ml of two-stroke oil straight into the gas tank. So bit of a learning curve there, and I replaced spark plugs already. I actually thought the car like lost compression originally, but it ended up just being one of the spark plugs that just dropped spark. Can't wait to get this build underway. Definitely going to be a slower build. It's very expensive to do anything on this car. Obviously a lot of people that deal with rotaries and stuff they always would say, if I asked about it, oh, don't get a rotary, it's a money pit. And I can see how it can turn into a money pit very quickly. I like to learn new skills and just basically get clued up with different variants of engines and stuff like that. I don't know, I just really like it. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated more, and obviously I'll get a driving video of you guys coming along with me for a ride. It's got no waffle ridge, so I have to drive very carefully. But yeah, thanks for listening.